This woman went from making cringe rap videos about being a bad bitch to stealing $4.5 million in Bitcoin. And when the FBI caught her, they found her TikToks were somehow more criminal than the actual crimes. Meet Heather Morgan, aka Razzlekhan, the world's worst rapper who accidentally became the world's most wanted crypto thief. She literally filmed herself rapping. I'm many things: a rapper, a writer, a CEO, and a dirty hoe, while sitting on billions of stolen Bitcoin. But wait, it gets even worse. That even the FBI agents got secondhand embarrassment. So Heather Morgan was living in New York City, trying to be a entrepreneur, influencer, rapper, CEO, girl boss, whatever pays the rent. She had a Forbes column where she gave advice like she was working on Wolf of Wall Street. Plot twist: she was more like the chihuahua of crypto crime. She married this Russian dude called Ilya Lichtenstein, who kind of looked like if Mark Zuckerberg ordered a double off of Wish. Together they were the Bonnie and Clyde of Bitcoin. Except Bonnie couldn't rap and Clyde was a coding wizard. In 2016, these two geniuses hacked into Bitfinex, one of the biggest crypto exchanges. They stole 120,000 Bitcoin. At the time, that was worth 71 million. But here is where it gets spicy. By 2022, that same Bitcoin was worth $4.5 billion. They accidentally became billionaires by not doing anything and not getting caught for 6 years. That's like robbing a bank and finding out the money that you stole has turned into gold while you were hiding. Meanwhile, Heather is out here busy making TikToks saying she's the crocodile of Wall Street and posting rap videos that make Rebecca Black look like Kendrick Lamar. She really said that she's a bad bitch while committing federal crimes. So these two criminal masterminds are sitting on $4.5 million in stolen Bitcoin. And what do they do with this? They start laundering it, like they're following a YouTube tutorial, how to get caught for dummies. They created fake identities like Ben Ephraim, I hope I'm saying it right, Ephraim, and Katia Frozen. They do speak Russian, so I get the Katia part. They moved all their Bitcoin to mixing servers. There was a site that you could use to take your Bitcoin, and then on this website, let's say they stole this large amount, would then mix the Bitcoin with other Bitcoin, so it makes it a whirlpool of different Bitcoins from different places mixed together. So it's harder for the feds to find the exact avenue of where their stolen Bitcoin came from. Basically, they're playing hot potato with the billions that they stole. But here's the thing with Bitcoin. It is literally designed to get tracked. So in the Netflix documentary, one of the investigators said that you can see pretty much how much people are earning on a website. And from that, you can see the amount, but you can't see exactly where it's from or who owns the Bitcoin. Also, another thing from the Netflix documentary, I do feel like the two partners in crime over here did think that they got away with it. This investigation went on for very, very long. Just to put this into perspective, while she was stealing Bitcoin, she was doing interviews with Forbes about entrepreneurship, while her husband was probably Googling how to hide Bitcoin from the feds in incognito mode that does nothing. The absolute audacity of this woman. She made a rap video called Versace Boudin. I also hope I'm saying that right, where she raps, and I'm not making this up, I'm a real risk taker, I'm a heartbreaker, money maker. Yes, she made money, but she made that money by stealing Bitcoin. That is not entrepreneurship, that is literally a federal crime. In 2022, the FBI breaks down their door and raids the place. They did give them the option of staying while they search the place or leaving while they search the place. In the Netflix documentary, she said she was just going to go see if her cat's okay, which I think was underneath the bed. And while she went to go do that, then one of the officers came in and saw that she was trying to do things on her phone. I think she was trying to unlock it or hide things most probably. Yeah, obviously she got in trouble for that. Turns out that the feds were watching them for years, just letting them dig their own graves. Another thing, they were getting investigated, but she was like making social media posts like TikToks, organizing rap videos. Yeah, super, I feel like she was definitely either super confident or living in like some dream world. Also in the Netflix documentary, the FBI did mention that they would need to get in to these accounts. They would need a specific password. In the previous years that they were investigating them, they could not find this password, but when they raided their house, then they went looking. For example, they said that it could be in a coffee jar or a Kellogg's box or underneath the bed frame, anywhere. They did not find the password in the raid of the house, but one investigator went back and tried to, I think it was hidden in a Excel sheet that did not add up how it was coded or something like that, and then they found it through there. And this is after he took like a little bit of a step back from investigating the case. They also found hollowed out books from a spy novel from the 1950s, and then they found like a Ziploc bag that literally had the words burner phones on them, which I feel like they could have tried a bit harder to hide the evidence. And they also found a bag labeled go bag and cash and fake passports. The husband, I don't know if I said this in the video earlier, but he had connections to Russia. So I think they could have fled to Russia, but yeah, they stayed in New York City. They obviously wanted that lifestyle. I feel like after them finding all of this evidence, it was very much clear to them that these people are 100% guilty of this crime. And there's like actual evidence leading up to that. But the best part, the FBI agents watched Heather's rap videos and TikTok videos as actual evidence. Imagine being a federal agent from Quantico, trained for years, just sitting in a courtroom, watching a white woman rap about being a bad bitch. Also, I watch these videos and I feel like you can watch them for 0.002 seconds and immediately the word cringe comes into your head. It's very like, I don't know, maybe that's what she thought made her unique, because she is a little bit different. The prosecutor literally had to say with a straight face, the defendant, also known as Razzlekhan, the crocodile of Wall Street, the judge deserved hazard pay just for not laughing. Right after the FBI raided their apartment, more evidence came out of how they tried to wash their dirty laundry of the Bitcoin that they stole. They bought gold coins not to invest, but to bury in the ground. They literally went to coin dealers, got gold, and buried it like squirrels. When they also got married, I think this was a way to launder their money, but an exceptional amount of money was spent on the wedding. She also did like a rap at the end of the wedding. There was one of her friends that commented on her actual wedding and she rapped at the wedding. She's just like, the whole look of it was super uncomfortable, cringe. And then the guests of the wedding, they could win prizes. So they, with their stolen money, which was tracked back, they would buy vouchers and then gave that to the guests, that then obviously connected back to them. They also tried buying NFTs to launder the money. The best part is that they kept digital spreadsheets of all of where their money went to. Excel files with tabs labeled 2017 hack proceeds and laundering attempt. One file was literally labeled persona and contained their fake identities. I feel like the FBI did not need to crack this case. They had so much evidence gathering up against it. In 2023, Ilya then cracks and admits everything that he's done. The hack, the laundering, everything. I don't think they knew how involved the wife was compared to Ilya, and I think there's a lot of things that Ilya took on him instead of his wife getting found guilty for. The gift cards that I was talking about earlier, in court it was found out that they spent $500 on these Walmart gift vouchers. Here's the super weird thing. Heather kept making content even after she was arrested. This is why I'm saying, like, the brain is not braining there, because I feel like if you've just been arrested, you're gonna lay low, chill, not make any splashes in the water. And she just carried on. Like, After she was arrested, she posted videos about being resilient and overcoming challenges. As of July 2025, these two are serving their sentences. Ilya got 5 years and Heather got 18 months. That's right, they sold $4.5 million worth of Bitcoin and they got such a short sentence. The recovered Bitcoin now is even worth more, probably close to 8 billion. But here's what kills me. Heather Morgan could have been just an average bad rapper. She could have made a cringe video, written for Forbes article, and lived her life as another forgotten internet personality. Instead, she decided to speed run federal prison while documenting everything on TikTok. She wanted to be famous so badly that she became famous for being the worst criminal in crypto history. She achieved her dream of becoming viral, just in handcuffs instead of record labels. Just a side note, but also in the Netflix documentary when they got arrested and they were in court, things didn't add up. From what I saw, Ilya had more information that could help the government, and that's why he was also offered witness protection as an option. People feel because of his experience with coding, he was able to benefit the government and therefore get a smaller charge than what he was supposed to be getting. The moral of the story, if you're going to steal Bitcoin, don't also run a TikTok account where you rap about being a criminal. Also, maybe don't name yourself a Turkish dessert. Another side note, when the FBI was putting this whole case together, they did find out that Ilya's father used to be a coder on the dark web. They in the beginning thought to themselves, how would he be educated enough, or how would the two of them be educated enough to be doing something like this? They do think maybe the father gave him some education towards his coding skills. But yes, if you want to further deep dive into the story, definitely watch the Netflix documentary. I hope you enjoyed this and subscribe for more.